for some of you guys who may be resellers that are trying to grow your resale business, as opposed to the people that are watching this to get ideas on how to start. You can definitely change the future. What's good, everybody on the second channel? So if you watch my main channel, I don't know if I'm going to post that video before you guys see this, but this is actually where I filmed the outro, so we're right back at it. Kind of like I talked about with this channel, nothing but hard work, pumping more content than everybody else pumps out, like just doing things that aren't already being done. A lot of people talk about reselling, but not a lot of people actually do it. And so that was one thing with me, like we're what, now this is what, episode 4 I think? This is episode 4 or 5? 4. This is episode 4, and I've already had a sold out release of resell items and stuff like that, so I want to kind of talk about how I made that possible. And before I do that, let's show you guys kind of how it went down right at the time of the drop earlier today. Alright, so the website's about to drop right now, so this phone should make some dinging anytime starting in about 30 seconds or so. This is going to be pretty crazy. Oh. Look, it's just not dinging. There's been 10 orders in the last 10 seconds.
Oh, that's the red stripe.
Is it calculated shipping?
What the? She took white. Oh, it's not good.
Yo, okay guys, so you can hear my phone going absolutely crazy right now. These are actually all orders that are coming in. In 1 minute we have, let me see, I'm gonna refresh right now, over 60 orders. Like, this is absolutely insane. This is kind of what I wanted to show you guys, is like, if you guys are on the site or you saw the prices, I'm not making the maximum dollar per item. It's more so just about selling a lot of them, giving you guys a chance to get your first good flip. And for me, I think the better strategy is volume, so that's kind of what I'm going after. This is cool. Yeah, we're already at 100 orders now in 3 minutes. Like, I told you guys to put a little less than 1,000 items on there, and it's funny because like I don't have bots or anything like that yet. You think I'm gonna get bots, Matt?
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna get bots? That'll be cool. Actually, that won't be cool. That'll ruin it for you guys who are actually real supporters. So right now, just so you guys can know a little bit of the behind the scenes numbers, I don't think that this is like a kind of weird thing to share. My site right now has about 1,700 to 1,800 live viewers on it, which to me is really, really exciting because I think for a website that's a lot. And one thing I kind of focus on my website is getting like your information as far as like your email and stuff. That way in the future when products go up, you guys will just be able to get notified about that. That way I don't have to make posts about every single one, and then you guys can be ready to get the steals. Like, I want to keep my pricing like this, like always undercut the StockX's, the GOATs, the Flight Clubs, the Urban Necessities, all that kind of stuff. And keep in mind, those are still great places to buy, and I can't undercut them forever because I just can't get that many products. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna do my best at it. So now the dinging has slowed down. The site pretty much sold out in 6 to 7 minutes, which is kind of what I wanted and is not what I wanted. I wanted it to happen because I wanted some attention to be brought to this site, this channel, and everything that we're doing on it, because I think that's really awesome. But then I didn't want it to happen because I know there's gonna be some of you guys who didn't get what you wanted, which sucks. But this is not going anywhere. Like, this office space, this idea of reselling the second channel, none of this stuff is actually gonna go anywhere. It's all gonna continue to happen, so it'll be awesome. Ooh, huge thank you to you guys. Now is like the time for the real work with all the boxing up stuff and shipping stuff out and just all that kind of stuff. Wow, yeah. Josh is right here. He's showing me kind of everything that's sold out on the site as if I was a live viewer, not on my end where I can kind of see what's sold out. Yeah, it's all going. So one thing I want to hit on real quick, like, I know I talk about hard work, but how do I show it? Like, everything that you do, back it up with action, because everyone in the world loves talking, but they don't like doing. So one thing I want to kind of hit on to show you guys that I mean what I say is that these are some of the other offices that are in here. I'm getting one of these pretty soon, just saying this, but I mean, we'll have this off for like 2 days. But we got all these big companies. We got real estate, we got more real estate, more real estate. We got wealth advisors, like the people that like manage really rich people's money and stuff like that. We got people that like go and find jobs for other people. We got CPAs, we got insurance people, we got mortgage companies, and whatever Jetlux is, it sounds like some kind of plane service or whatever. But my point in telling you guys that is that all of these different companies, out of all of them, not one person's in this office right now except for me and people that are here at my office, who I'll show you guys in a second. But to me, that's what hard work means. Like, no, I may or may not be as successful as some real estate brokers and stuff like that, but I want to get there. And the only way to get there, it starts with you. It starts with your work ethic. It starts with your ability to do more than the next guy, be more creative than the next guy, and all that kind of stuff. So right now it's Saturday night. I have some friends going to parties and stuff like that. I'm not doing that. A lot of kids my age would be doing that kind of thing, which is fine. I'm not knocking that. But if you really, really want something badly enough, then it's really easy to be the only person in your office on a Saturday night. Or it's really easy to be the one kid that's different from all the rest because you see where you want to be in 12 months. So I just wanted to kind of hit on that real quick, and I thought I would show you guys using that. Now, like I said, I'll show you guys who is here. We got a Dozy right here, editing and stuff like that, and the ThinkPod, which is dope. Make sure you check him out at Dozy TV. And then we'll head over to the office right now, and I'll show you guys what else is going on in here. Felipe is not here. That's the name of the person who does a lot of graphic design work for me. Like, I edit and stuff like that, but he does stuff more like, he helps me make my intros because I edit on iMovie. I don't know how to make intros. So he helps me with that. He helps me with like flyers for Instagram, like editing pictures and stuff like that. But he's in San Diego right now because it is Saturday, and you know, family is really important as well. This is kind of the main operation. I'm doing a little work here. Actually, one thing, when you're reselling, this is really interesting. So what I'm doing right now, I actually want to share with you guys, which is that I have an Excel spreadsheet going where you kind of write down an item number. I have like a little inventory system, which I'll explain either later today or in another video. But then I also like write down the name of every shoe, what I paid for it, how I paid for it, meaning like cash, through PayPal invoice, debit card, whatever, and then what it sold for, and then the little profit margin on the far end. And the reason I do that is because when you're reselling, the last thing you want to do is not pay taxes or avoid taxes or not even be able to know what you would owe in taxes because you don't keep good enough records. The reason I say this is because when I started reselling, that's exactly where I was. I just was like, oh yes, I'll buy this, I'll sell this, whatever, not keep records. And then like April comes around and it's like time to pay taxes, and then it's just like, oh, like, I don't know how to do that. Like, so keep really, really good records. I'm sure if you're a kid, your parents can maybe help you, or if you're doing well enough, you know, hire someone to put it together for you. It's not that expensive. Make sure that you do that. It's extremely, extremely important. And then Brian and Dozy and Dylan just were making a mess in here. Then we got Brian editing in here. That's part of why I really, really love the the 4-room office space, is because I have the ability to go film and do whatever I need to do. I could be getting, you know, a flyer done in there, and then he has his workspace. You know, Dozy's out there at the ThinkPod. He could be in here, but he's out there at the ThinkPod. And then Brian's got his space to edit quietly, which I'll give that back to him. And then in here is where like the behind the scenes resell operation is going down. So Eliza's kind of just helping out and like cutting so Celeste has a laptop, basically mine. She will like print the labels. Eliza goes, gets the labels out of the printer, cuts them in half using like this thing that the office has, and then I'm not sure which one of them does which from there. I haven't watched the operation, but all I know is that over time we've sold thousands of items on Shop Just Win, and they've always been the people that have helped me with that, and I've never gotten one return, meaning like maybe I've gotten a return in terms of like it was accidentally like something was messed up, but I've never gotten a return in terms of like, yo, I ordered a size small and then they ship me an XL. So they've never made a mistake, which is insane. So they're awesome. And yeah, so they kind of handle a lot of this stuff for me while I, you know, do the spreadsheets and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just interesting. I thought you guys might find that kind of cool, just to kind of see a little bit of the behind the scenes. And keep in mind, guys, this is another thing that I really, really want to hit on, because I can't stress how important it is. It's 7:15 on a Saturday. Everyone may or may not have better things they could do with their time, but the fact that like I have these people around me who are as focused on helping me get to where I want to get, as well as then helping themselves get to where they want to get to, that's the best thing. Like, especially for some of you guys who may be resellers that are trying to grow your resale business, as opposed to the people that are watching this to get ideas on how to start. no matter what stage you're in, to me, it's so beyond important who you surround yourself with. Like I got one of my best friends, Josh, filming. We got Adozie and Brian who do YouTube, and Dylan as well. You know, the people that film stuff for me are amazing at what they do, no mistakes, and speaking of, they're literally printing right now in the machine behind me. So surround yourself with a team that wants to win as badly as you do, and it'll go pretty good from there. One thing that people get way too caught up in is the idea of surrounding yourself with the right people. That way you can kind of leech off each other. That to me is not at all what the team has. Like, to me, why we're able to do some of the cool things we're able to do, like why The Office makes sense, why the channel grows, why Brian, Dylan, and Adozie have channels that grow, like all that kind of stuff. Like, to me, the importance is that we all want to grow together as opposed to kind of leech off each other, which I think creates like a really good environment. Yes, I'm stressed a lot of the time, but it's a great stress, and if I didn't have that stress, I'd be 10 times more stressed out, because I'm just someone who really loves like the pressure of succeeding. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'm the one who gives myself that pressure. Like, yes, in the comment section, you guys have your expectations, and I don't want to let you down, but I guarantee you guys, as wild as it may sound, like my worst critic, yet the person who understands the success the best of what I do is me. Like, I'm super tough on myself, but that's one thing I wanted to kind of make sure that you guys get, is that when I talk about surrounding yourself with a team, surround yourself with people that all want to work together to help you grow, not like take each other down so that way they can be like the last one standing. So that's really a really important thing to take away from that. So something I did, I think in episode 2, that I skipped the last episode, but I really want to get back to trying to do every single video, is telling you guys like the quote that I look at each day for a little bit of extra motivation. Like, maybe this is motivating to you, maybe it's just interesting to you, but I want to kind of show you guys some of that kind of stuff. So today's quote that I read is, you can't have a better tomorrow if you're still thinking about today. Guess I was wrong. I guess there is one person here, but he left, so now it's just us for real. The reason I love this quote is because a lot of people get so caught up in like looking at what they've done, in terms of like, a lot of people may not be where they're at the time they're watching this video, or at the time they're reflecting on stuff. So they look at what they did yesterday, and they look at what they did last week and last month and last year, and they're unhappy. They hate the reflection of it because they haven't done what they want to do. And that's why so many people get caught up and don't get to where they want to actually be. If you're able to always focus on the future, game plan and strategize for how your future can be the biggest and the brightest out of, you know, anyone around you, or whatever it is that motivates you, focus on your future. Like, you can't change the past. I mean, it sounds cliche, but you really can't. I've, you know, tried. You definitely can't, but you can definitely change the future. Like, even I said in my recap video on the main channel, the best way to predict the future is to create it. I mean, that is like a famous quote. I didn't make that myself. You can say that I made it for your yearbooks and stuff like that if you want, but that's not a Blake Wynn quote. But nonetheless, it is 100% accurate 100% of the time. You can genuinely create the future. So yeah, let me know down below if you guys like it when I tell you the motivational quote that I look at myself each day, and the little explanation that I give to you guys afterward. Let me know if you like that, and if it's something I should do every single episode, or never again. Let me know. I kind of like doing it because I feel like motivation is really important. If you want to go out and do something but you don't have enough motivation to do it, you're never going to do it, because there are millions of people that are motivated, and it's really a competition of who's the most motivated. And so that's kind of why I like sharing those quotes to you, but let me know what you guys think. So guys, that is kind of it for today's second channel video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're still watching this, first off, thank you guys for yesterday. It seemed like a lot of you guys liked the video. The retention rate was ridiculously high. Like, on a 23-minute video, the average view duration was about 17.5 minutes, which is like, that's a wild retention rate for a video that long. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys got value from that. And if you're still watching now and wouldn't mind taking a few seconds out of your day, please leave like a comment down below, like a genuine comment about what you think of the channel, any questions you may have. And I really want to be interactive with you guys on this channel. Like, a lot of people, like a lot of YouTubers, when I say that, like a lot of YouTubers don't like replying to people's comments and stuff like that. Like, they like to make themselves seem more untouchable as individuals for whatever reason and stuff like that. Like, to me, I'm not like that. I think a lot of you guys know that. I've probably replied or liked your tweet. I've probably opened your Snapchat at some point and replied. I probably DM'd you on Instagram or liked your Instagram comment or something like that. But I really want to be interactive with you guys on this channel. Like, I started the second channel to interact with you guys, to help you guys. to motivate you guys, anything like that. So please, if you wouldn't mind, drop any kind of comment you want. I will be reading all of them, even if I don't respond to it. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow. I think that's it. Should I say, you got anything else to share?
Not really. 17.5 is ridiculous retention rate wise.
Yeah, the YouTuber. Respect.
It's respect. I don't touch that, and I don't even think your first channel touches that, does it?
No. Well, see, what's tough is percentage-wise, maybe, but I don't post 23-minute videos on my main channel, so that's kind of a tough comparison. I think the longest video I've ever posted on my main channel is probably like 17, 18, probably like a collection video or something like that. But yeah, no, I was shocked. It was really awesome. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Smash that like button. Subscribe or not subscribe. We're doing some amazing things on this channel, and I am so happy that you guys are a part of it. So with that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. Like I said, daily content. I just finished filming this at 7:20 p.m. You guys are probably gonna see it in about an hour. I'm gonna literally take the SD card out, edit it, so you guys are seeing this like not that long after I lived it. But again, it goes back to the fact that I really want this, and so I'm willing to put in the work for it, which is the only way to get stuff at the end of the day. So for the third time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay winning and make happy fam. Peace.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.